Welcome back to Nationwide Arena. Tonight it is Game 4 of this first-round playoff series between the Blue Jackets and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Blue Jackets with a chance to make history tonight. They lead this series 3-0, and for the first time in franchise history, they could close out a playoff series on home ice. I'm Bob McElligott with Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre and Jody Shelley. And, guys, the Blue Jackets getting out to this 3-0 lead. Jody, they've done it in all different ways. Come from behind, a big blowout, and then the other night they had to grind one out.
Yeah, and the major theme has been frustration. I think that, to come from behind in the first period of game number 1 has really brought this team together. It's brought them energy. It's brought them belief. It's brought them confidence. And from there, it's been frustration going the other way. It's been great to watch. It's textbook. If you have a game plan to play the best in any sport, in anywhere in life, you go after the best players and try to get them rattled. The Blue Jackets have done that to a T.
Jean-Luc, when you're talking about frustrating the Tampa Bay Lightning, there's been one big theme along the way, and that has been, well, two big themes, blocking passes and blocking shots, right?
Absolutely, and it's a team that's used to scoring a lot of goals, and the Blue Jackets are getting in the shooting lanes, and you can see that frustration rising game after game. We saw some of their stars doing some out-of-character things, and, the Blue Jackets are really enjoying it. And you can see a few times here. Great thing by the forwards, they're also staying on their feet at the point in case they can get a breakaway. And again, that was a game-saving stop by David Savard there.
Yeah, and the forwards are not just standing in the lane. Sometimes you see guys try to block shots. They're not really committed. They're kind of pretending. But these guys are all in. They're blocking shots. There's got to be ice bags after the games. These guys are committed, and you got to love to see it. Here's Zach Werenski up high. He puts that stick in the lane. That's one thing they're doing well, too. You'll see in the neutral zone for these guys, sticks in the lanes, frustrating Tampa with, as you said, trying to break up those passes.
And one of the highlights there, Cam Atkinson was the guy that was blocking a shot. Cam's got 2 goals already in this series. He had 41 goals on the regular season, but his defense, maybe it's underrated at times, or maybe we forget about it at times because of the way that he plays offense, but he's huge defensively up front.
I think that's a great point because, he kills penalties. He's very effective at that. I think he's on that line with Duchesne and Dzingel to bring a little defensive responsibility, to block those shots. Duchesne, it's been talked about that he's not great in the defensive zone. He's been great in this series with breaking things up and having momentum, not going away when he's on the ice. But Cam brings a sense of responsibility to that line.
And Jean-Luc, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they are on the ropes right now. They're down 3-0. They did have a little bit of spark in the third period here 2 nights ago. They feel that's something that they can build off of. The Blue Jackets feel like it's just a slight adjustment they have to make to get back to where they were. We're still going to find out who was right, but what do you expect from the Lightning tonight?
For the Lightning, they're going to come out gun blazing today, just like in that third period, because it's the ultimate desperation game for them. They're on the ropes, and for the Jackets, it's always hard to finish up a team. It's going to be an extremely hard game for them as well. But I think the Jackets are in a good place. This crowd's going to be behind them all night. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a very uncharted territory for both teams tonight, and Jackets hopefully comes out on top.
Tampa Bay Lightning will get Nikita Kucherov back for this game, Jody. And Kucherov, even though he has 0 points in the first 2 games of this series, he had 128 points during the regular season. I mean, he is far and beyond the best offensive player in this league this year.
Yeah.
What will it mean to get him back?
Well, it's a huge shot in the arm. You think about getting a player back, any player at the top 6 in any organization. How about one of the best in the world? He was frustrated for games 1 and 2, and now he's back. He's a key player for them. Now, I saw the Lightning. They're trying to score every shift. See if they adjust and try to play the Blue Jacket style where they sit back, frustrate, and try to get after the offense when they have an opportunity. Kucherov's a guy that I don't know if he knows how to play that way. I think he wants to score every shift. It'll be interesting to have him back. The lines are all shuffled up. It'll be fun to watch, but the Blue Jackets have got to continue to frustrate that guy. Stay in his face.
Yeah, and you talk about the lines being shuffled up. They've got Kucherov on the line with Stamkos and Anthony Cirelli. Now, he does have one of the goals that Tampa scored in this series, Cirelli, that is. It's kind of like they took 3 of what they feel have been their best players and put them on the same line.
Yeah, well, Stamkos is frustrated, too. Obviously, he gave Foligno a nice left there last game right at the end. I don't think Nick will forget about that. Maybe settle the score later in the game, Nick, when you've got full control of it. But, yeah, Stamkos is a guy. He's a center iceman. He's playing the wing tonight. I don't think he likes playing the wing. I think John Cooper might switch things up here quickly with these lines. He's got to go with whoever's going, whether Kucherov, Stamkos, Cirelli, like Torts does every game. Accountability is going to start for the Lightning right away in this game. Whoever's flying early is going to get the most ice time.
Jean-Luc, how important is the first goal in this game, no matter who gets it?
It's huge. Jackets got scored on 3 times in the first period of Game 1. They came back hard and won that game. But I think it would be a huge boost, not only for the team, but for this building, the city, to really feel the energy if we can get that first goal. And obviously, if they get behind the 8 balls, I have no doubt they can come back in it and battle till the end. So.
And that's really what that first game was all about, Jody, right? The belief that, well, you believe that you can do it, but once you've done it, you've come from behind, then all of a sudden it goes from believing to knowing.
They have it in their back pocket, right? They know they can come back against this team. It's a great confidence booster. I like getting the first goal, especially when you're playing a defensive system, because you can sit back and continue to play that and not get impatient. I think that's a key for the Blue Jackets. They don't want to chase. They don't want to run around, because that's exactly what Tampa wants. That open up passing lanes, shooting lanes. Get the first goal and stay steady.
All right, Jody Shelley's going to leave us to go to his duties for Fox Sports Ohio. Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre will stay here with me. And coming up next, you'll hear from Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella. This is the pregame show on the El Dorado Gaming Southern Downs Blue Jackets Radio Network.